systems are go. About 90 seconds to launch destination.
Mind you, we swore an oath of loyalty, but we are still senators. It's not more speeches in the Senate that will change the world. Rome is dying.
My legions are mustering as swiftly as possible. General Gaius, Julius Caesar, enough!
Senators, welcome back to episode 53 of my Stellaris Roman Empire campaign. In the last episode, we helped put down the machine uprising taking place in the Pod Privateer's space, while also exploring and battling the Enigmatic Fortress. Now, after a trap was sprung, killing a significant portion of our armed forces, we finally managed to crack the code and obtain new enigmatic technologies. We're now in the process of returning our fleets back to the starfield of Mars, rebuilding the Lost Legions, and improving our ongoing megastructure projects, such as the Birch World at the Galactic Core. Now, I'm able to get to your feedback a little sooner than I otherwise would. Normally it's every 3 episodes, but this will be after 2 episodes because I did unfortunately miss one of my upload days, so apologies for that if you've been following the series day to day. But I've got a ream of feedback here I wrote down on a little notepad. One of the first things I want to touch on is the Enigmatic Fortress itself. Some people have highlighted me to the fact that we were extremely close to choosing one of the wrong, quote-unquote wrong options, where if we fired a torpedo into it, it would have exploded with such force, it would have destroyed everything in the system. Not the planets, but every kind of, all the ships in the station and things like that. And we had Opsius here with his entire Corvette fleet, and that could have been just completely obliterated. So we got really, really lucky with that. And I genuinely did not know that that was a potential outcome until people told us after the fact. So the other thing is, people were saying, well, it was the Tower of Hanoi puzzle, which is what the kind of cryptic, enigmatic puzzle was. I'd never heard of that, so I didn't know the outcome there either. So it was totally kind of... I was trying to just deduce it as best as I could. I think we just got a little lucky, to be honest. So something else then was... Oh yeah, so the events. So this thing was triggering events. It was clearly a little bit bugged, where we just, when we came into it, we kept fighting it every about 30 seconds or so. It would kind of rearm itself. And I think that's normal, but maybe not as often or as frequent as it was doing. So this kept kind of coming up with these events that we kept saying like, oh, we'll wait till later, we'll breach it now, we'll wait till later, whatever the case may be. And then, of course, after we defeated it, it just kept giving us those events. Even after it was gone, it kept saying like we destroyed it, now what, or whatever the event was. And that was really annoying. And some people were saying like, oh, it's a known problem, but people were saying that maybe it has gone away because the Pod Privateers had taken the system. They actually still haven't taken the system. So my original theory was that, you know, we opened up that quest maybe 30 times while we were waiting outside. It destroyed it like 30 times. Clicked the event 30 times, then it probably got the resulting event 30 times as well, and then it's just done now. So that's my guess. Either way, doesn't really matter. It's done now either way. But that could be what was going on there. And it seems to make sense. Like, you know, when you spawn an event and then you click to do an outcome, that creates an event chain. So I think somewhere in the underlying kind of code, in an underlying sort of situation log, there was all these events being spawned, and then they were just all ending. That's my guess anyway. So the Penrose Sphere, let's have a look over this. I've renamed some of these segments on it. I was asking for names. One of them was Greek gods. I thought that was cool, but I saw one I liked a little bit better, which was Greek philosophers. Seeing as this is a man-made object, and then Hellas is kind of Greek as well as a ring world, or a series of ring worlds, I thought this kind of fit quite nicely. So we have Socrates, Aristotle, Pythagoras, Thales, Plato, Archimedes, Diogenes, and Plutarch. All of these ring world segments named after kind of famous Greek philosophers and mathematicians. So we haven't actually got to start building this yet. I've just queued up some different habitation segments, and then we'll kind of decide what we need to do. We actually need to save up quite a lot. A laboratory on this costs 400 exotic gas just to get built, and then energy costs 400 crystals. So they're quite expensive compared to normal districts where it's normally just minerals. This actually really does require a bit of a heavier investment, but it does have a great output. So it's really cool. It's actually a really, really cool megastructure that I'll kind of look into it a bit more as we gather those resources. Okay, so what else? Quasar Energy I've written down. So Quasar Energy, I had asked in the last episode what we could use this for, and it says it's used in a quasi-stellar obliterator. Now apparently we actually can never get that or do anything with this resource because we've chosen to go with the Birch World in the galactic core instead. So that's just kind of locked out for us. Just thought I'd let people know if you were kind of interested. And the final thing I have is about the Neutron Stars. So I was saying in the last episode I was looking for Neutron Stars. Sometimes it lets me build hyperforges on Neutron Stars, sometimes it doesn't. And I was a bit curious as to why. Now looking into it, I actually didn't write it down, so I can't quite remember still, but apparently you might need to have only one star in the system, so a binary star system might not work, and then also maybe no habitable planets, so you need a place that's actually kind of barren before you can even build a megastructure. Sometimes they have that requirement, so that could be part of it, which is why we were seeing systems that were also neutron stars that wouldn't let me build in it. For example, this one up here. I think size also affects it, and this is a pulsar. A pulsar is a kind of a form of neutron star. And then some people were asking, I wonder, are there Magnetars? There are Magnetars. Not in base game Stellaris, but there is in the modded Stellaris that we're playing. So this is one of the Magnetars here. They're neutron stars with extremely strong magnetic fields and extremely high density that may even have a higher gravitation than some black holes. Now, I don't know. I'm guessing the person that wrote this did their research on that, but I don't know how that's possible. Because if its gravitation is higher than a black hole, or could be higher than a black hole, then light wouldn't escape from it. Unless the light was traveling faster than the speed of light, which just can't... unless there's something else going on I don't understand, which there probably is, to do with the actual magnetic field. Maybe that's the cause. It does have bursts of gamma and X-ray radiation, so maybe there's something else there. But it seems a bit peculiar to me that you can have anything that be more dense than a black hole that you could actually observe with visible light. And that's pretty much it. So I thought I'd just kind of get to all those comments. So where we left off, as I said, is we had our machine uprising up here. We're sending our fleets back now to the starfield of Mars. And we're going to do some upgrades and things there. I also wrote down... I've let time play. I've also written down about several upgrades. One person pointed out... Actually, I'll just pause it really quickly while we go into this screen. That some of our technology was outdated. And he was correct. We had some psi cannons here that actually weren't the psionic beam cannons. They were like the way older previous versions. But I guess just because I didn't notice the difference in picture, I'd never upgraded it. And of course, the auto upgrade doesn't work for that. So I put it on. So these corvettes are now going to be upgraded and get way better weaponry. Now, I'm never going to be ultimately min-maxing these things that well. And I think it doesn't matter. Like right now, we're doing totally fine. If we start to see a challenge and see if we see some sort of big fleet come at us eventually, we will obviously look at what that fleet is doing and then see if we can update ourselves accordingly. And then I'll be really crunching the numbers a bit more. But right now, I am just trying to use a variety of weaponry. They were saying that I'm getting all these new weapons and not using any of them. For instance, on the Behemoth Planetcraft, which is one of our latest ship designs, I'm using almost everything we can. Like, almost everything. We've got the Enigmatic Energy Lances, the autocannons, Graviton Cannons, Crystal Lances, Grey Goo warheads, Corrosive warheads, different types of fighters, and then loads of different types of kind of main T-class weaponry as well. Maybe not as much as possible, I guess. Could probably throw in some extra ones, like this, for instance. But I don't know. At this point, I'm not really looking anymore. So, not that I'm not going to, but until we know what we need to kind of upgrade to, that's why I'm kind of just saving our alloys and waiting. And then we'll see. And then we'll upgrade accordingly. But for now, I like just messing with a variety of different weaponry so that we can, if we do go into combat with anything, we can just see what's working best for us. Let's see, the Federation ship designer then as well. We have the Crassus ship, so that's using strange matter and nanites. And then we've also got large incinerators. Now, I didn't change these in between. I think I added new shields, but that's about it. So yeah, that's the situation anyway. Alright, let's continue letting time play. Bringing our boys back. Don't know if it's just me, but the game sounds way louder than normal.
We have conquered another world.
So, it's the year 2446. 02. Now, I've actually done a deal with the pod privateers, I think.
Genetic enhancements applied.
But I'm not seeing it get passed back to us. I've offered them a couple of systems for 12,000 alloys. Unless I reloaded it before I did that. I may have. I'll wait for a bit. It might... Oh, no, there we go. Yeah, it's just done it now. So the pod privateers, we gave them the Sulan system and the Troidom system for 12,500 alloys. That was this system here and this one here. So that's gone back over to them. We kind of got that during their uprising and during their war with the fallen empires out here. Alright, so good job. The other thing is Senate is now in session. So I spent 300 influence on putting this one up. Extra dimensional experimentation. It is the final resolution in the kind of technology chain. Which one is it here? It's this one. Excuse me. So extra dimensional experimentation is already on the Senate floor, so it unlocks a planetary decision that consumes Zro to fund extra dimensional research at advanced research complexes. Preliminary studies suggest that extensive use of reality-altering substances can grant researchers unexpected insights. So it's just a way to kind of get to that final stage of technology as well in the kind of galactic-wide reforms and resolutions. The main difference is going to be that it increases diplomatic weight from tech, 10% extra from research stations, and keeps the research output of jobs the same, but it hurts starbase upkeep by 5% more. Everything else is the same. The worker happiness, slave happiness, research upkeep, it's all the same. Actually, no, the research upkeep is increased, but the happiness is the same. So just the next one down, which I thought was worth doing. After this, we might denounce the Traxian Empire and maybe go to war with them as we rebuild our influence back up. We're only making 11 influence now as opposed to the 13 we used to be making, because of course we have 2 hyperforges and each of those costs 1 influence to maintain. Alright, looks like we're all just getting repeatable tech now at this point, so let's just get some reductions in costs. We're getting the supersized enigmatic energy lances.
Fleet upgraded.
These be upgraded, even the planet craft can be upgraded. They look a bit ridiculous. Alright, cool.
Fleet upgrades applied.
Relic activation.
Fleet upgraded.
Oh, that was quick. They got pretty much immediately upgraded. We can't even look at our own planet craft for some reason. It just doesn't let us, which is weird. But we know what they're made of. Alright. So yeah, so Opsius is on his way back with the Corvettes. These should get a significant boost to power when we upgrade them, because I had that psi weaponry on so many of them that was low down.
New technology discovered.
And did we enhance our species? I think we did. Yeah. So we're going to have to keep doing that as well, as we mentioned before, which is trying to make the species all into one. So that was an improvement to humans, is what I did, that we still had some extra human novas lying around. Can I delete this template now, I wonder? Yeah, I can. I can make that. God, that could take ages, but I'll probably do that in between, where we can just... I can't modify this one, can I not? Apply template? Creating a new one? Yeah. Don't know how to get rid of that one. Anyway, oh, maybe it exists somewhere else in the galaxy. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. So let's see who we should upgrade next. I think the Colden... Apply the template here. And this should slightly help our nation deal with lag, slightly. Alright, so Enigmatic Energy Discharger, Enigmatic Energy Autocannons. So in between episodes also I've queued up some buildings that should grant us a little bit more enigmatic energy over time. Some of our new weapons are going to require it. And then there's also edicts that require it as well, so... I think the edict is specifically focused on energy. Now, something we're going to need is the Galactic Core is upgrading. We have the... got my voice today. We have the Birchworld construction site on its way. 740 days remaining. And to get it to the next stage, I actually don't know, but I think it's somewhere around 1 million. Now, we can only store 500,000 alloys, so we're going to have to build like crazy multiple Kugelblitz containment silos, as well as get any technologies that will allow us to store more alloys and increase storage space. So let's go megastructure build seed. So I'll do that once we've got the enigmatic technologies, and that'll allow us to store up what we need. We're suffering a little bit for minerals now. So did we finish that Stellarite Starlifter? I think we did, right? Yep, it's making 3,000 minerals now. People are saying maybe make a matter decompressor. I think this actually makes more. It makes 3,000 minerals. We could build both, though, just for fun. A matter decompressor kind of uses our valuable black holes, though. So I think Starlift is a bit better. You only need a brown dwarf, which are a bit more common. Edicts are wearing out. The weaponized edicts, so that's fine as well.
We have conquered another world.
Apparently we're... Oh, these are the Penrose Spheres. Are they? Oh, no, it's not. What is this? Oh, right. Yeah. I just remember. This is when we're living on our first gas giant. Oh, cool. So we can make gas giant research labs, wind turbine array producing energy, clerks for trade value and amenities, city districts, and gas pumping facilities. Oh, yes. This is what we wanted, right? Start making some of them. That's awesome. I forgot about this. So people are saying that's just ripped from Cloud City, that image. It doesn't quite look like Cloud City to me, but maybe it's just been recolored because it's a lot more blue. And then the other one is we've landed on Plutarch. Okay, cool. So we can just build the first ones I'm going with our city districts. Just one for the housing and some clerks and stuff. And then we can kind of move pops there when we have unemployment and things like that. Speaking of. Alright. So resource storage capacity 25,000. We want that, but we want to just get these rare techs first. The Enigmatic Energy autocannons. Let's go. Some ambitions have worn off there, so let's check what we're missing out on. Fortress Proclamation. Nope, that's fine. And that's fine as well. We'll leave them for now. Rising unemployment, increased benefits, it's okay. What we'll have to start thinking about, and I think I might put a vote at the end of this one, though I don't know, it'll be a while before I get to it, is to maybe increase living standards for different people and see if we need to change any policies, as we're now the dominant force in the galaxy, as the galaxy is now at peace. It's kind of time to decide how we treat our species that live within Roman borders over time. And now that we've so many more in the Pax Romana, you know, remember previously we were giving rights to the bastards, the Tyrene Republic, the Haitian. We kind of gave them rights, and we gave the Veldenur rights, and we gave, who else was it? The Colden rights to kind of progress up to specialist tier jobs and have slightly better living standards. And we gave the Romans even better living standards than that. And of course, the Haitians spit in our face, and we quickly put them down when the War in Heaven broke out. We also have the Panthulan progenitors to think about. They may be a staunch ally in the future, or they may be a pest. Gotta solve that mineral situation, but without influence, we can't really build that much. Okay, so we got our hyperlane generator receiver. Let's upgrade that. Do we have to build the other one over here? We have to wait. Okay, cool. It's not really a concern though. I mean, we can just buy minerals if we ever really need to. We have a lot of energy. But you don't like seeing anything go into a deficit. Alrighty. Wow, we make 6,000 food per day. That's crazy. Got some scientists not doing anything. I wonder, could they go to Hellas and make anything go faster? I think Lesbos is a science focus district. Yeah, it is. Bit of crime on Lesbos. 3 unemployed rulers. Some corruption at the top level. How did that happen? I wonder. They're all human. Almost everyone on these ring worlds are human, I think. Most of the time. Unless we've focused it for farming or something. Yeah, these are slaves. Good. I still haven't named these other sections yet. And I guess I should also just start building... I like to build, like I said, one district, one habitable city district. Let's just go with that. So we started in the bottom right. Sorry, it has to be done. I mean, I don't know what else to say. See, these are the kind of things I always think is weird. Whereas, if I was designing this game... Sorry to go off on a tangent, but I just have to do it. I know this is a modded thing. It's quite a big, like, ring world. I get that. That's fine. Normally, there's only 4. So I understand. But even so, what I would do is, once a ring world is completed, you'd be able to select the ring world, and it would be like one screen. You know what I mean? Why is it... I don't understand why it should be individual. Like, you should be able to have an overall screen. Like, as things progress to the end of the game, to reduce micromanagement, you should be able to click a sector and build things in a sector, not on just one planet anymore. Those are the kind of things where it would make micromanagement so much easier. And you should be able to decide it, right? If you didn't want to do that for whatever reason, that's fine. But some of these planets are maxed out. I'm never going to build on them again. But they still grow pops and things like that, so I need to rearrange them. It'd be so nice if I could just be like, yep, this sector here, that's now that's what I'm labeling as a sector. I'm only going to look at this as a sector now. I don't need to see it on an individual planetary level anymore. And from that sector screen, I'm then going to choose what to build. Now, I know that there's like, you can let it do its own thing with the planets and sectors, and they'll try to build things. That's not what I mean, though. I mean like a UI specifically designed to say, here's all the districts that are available to build in the sector. It doesn't matter on the individual planet anymore. At least not to me. Or you could just see it, all the planets, in one big like UI panel. You know, here's the 4 planets, 1, 2, 3, 4, or whatever, or 6 or 7, and you could maybe scroll along and see all the little building districts, see what they're spec to be. You know what I mean? Anyway, sorry to go off on a tangent, but I mess around with game design every now and then. For those who don't know, I went to school for game development, or, you know, college, and I have a degree in programming, and I like to, it's just a passion of mine to just mess around with that stuff on my own. And it's just something that comes up in so many different strategy games where they just don't deal with like how the game progresses when you get to mid-size and late-size. You know, it's just like micromanaging nightmare to deal with, even in like Civilization or in Total War or in Paradox games. You should be able to draw your own areas where you say like, okay, I don't need to manage everything individually. Now combine it into this one screen and have some automation at some level if you want, and then still allow you to go in. Field of Glory actually did a pretty good job at that. But anyway, I digress. But I think I've come up with a pretty decent way of doing it. Alright, so the Nickel Dyson Beam Magneto Collector built. The Magneto Collector is now finished. It's a massive construct built around the star, capable of collecting and manipulating its energy using advanced magnetic fields and gravity modulation. Alright. Okay, so 30,000 alloys to get to the next area, which is the Stellar Redirector. Oh god. 3,000 days. Wow. It's a long time. Alright, cool. That's going to be serious. And I can't wait to see how much we can gather, like how much photons we can generate with it. But yeah, not to go off on a complete tangent, but just while we're, I don't know, there's not much else to really talk about actually while things are just going on in the background. But I mess around with the idea and the concept. People who follow me on Twitch will know I kind of talk about this every now and then. Concept of a real-time strategy game, like a real-time grand strategy game. I actually don't know of any except maybe Knights of Honor. And I came to that, only found that game not too long ago. These guys are still making their way back, jeez. And you might say, well, this is real-time, but it isn't. It's actually tick-based. Like, things happen on month, you know, when things tick over in the month. It is actually a bit more real-time than any other Paradox game. For instance, in Europa Universalis or Crusader Kings, you're only ever in one place or then you're in another. You're never, like, crossing from one to another. They try to, like, show you that, but you're either in one region or you're not. You can't fight in between. You know, it's not real-time, where you just move in real-time, like a real-time strategy game. So I love the idea of that, and then I'd like real-time borders, where if you were to move, let's say this was a European map or something, if you're moving an army down this way, the border would push out with them. If you're in like a kind of a conquest stance, or at war or something, border pushes out with them, you push up to certain, I was going to say stars, certain areas to get resources, so you could push up and surround towns to choke them out, you could push up to get gold mines, or whatever the case might be. To, you know, pillage their farms, take their territories right from under them. So if they want to camp in their towns, they can, but they start getting weaker. And of course, they can come out then, or reinforce with armies from elsewhere. I love the idea of it, and I just can't get it out of my head. Once you start thinking in like how things should be real time and not turn-based or not region-based or tick-based, it's like, yeah, that's totally what I want. If you ever watch those historic videos on YouTube where you can see those like armies moving around and stuff on maps, and everything's done in time, and armies would have to be put down for a while, and they can't just march forever, and there's fatigue rates and stuff like that. Oh, I love it. I have reams of documents about it all. and how I can make it work. I'm struggling to think what to get here. Flagship hull points. Let's go with the rare tech, I guess. Because, like, if an army's moving and then another army's moving after it, you know, I want them to have this kind of, like, fatigue rate and have a morale on the campaign map, and they slow down and stuff as that gets lower, and... oh my god, that'd be so cool. And then armies would have their own management screens and build screens as well. One day, I'll make it. And the very last thing, actually, with it is I like the idea of a kind of a war economy, similar to like a Hearts of Iron sort of thing, but a bit more simple in premise, almost like an anno on top of your strategy game. So it's like, oh, these towns make... this town in South Italy makes, I don't know, wood, stone, something else as a primary resource, and then that... well, let's say, really quickly, let's just say you make cloth in one town, and then another town they make dyes, and then they need to be brought together in a province or traded to a certain place to, and then make, like, I don't know, fancy clothes or something like that, you know, just something that's refined, a refinement process. The way you have in Stellaris, it's like minerals get refined into alloys. I love in Anno the way, like, 2 or 3 goods combine in a town to make something, and that raises the value of that place and that item and that good. So at strategic port towns, you want to be taking in, like, you take in the grain from Egypt, let's say at Brundisium, and maybe in Brundisium you could refine it into food or bread or whatever, and then distribute that to its nearby towns and stuff like that. I just love the idea of it. It makes a lot of sense for war economy. You want to get iron, you want to get wood, and then somewhere where there's like barracks and armories and blacksmiths, they get refined into weapons, and that gets applied to your armies and so on. Anyway, I'll shut up about it because it's totally out of... it's nothing to do with this game, I guess. But I think about it every day, and I have, like I said, just pages of design docs
discovered.
about that stuff. Alright, is that what I want? Megastructure build speed again? Yeah. So basically, anyway, to focus back on the game, I'm waiting on our armies to get back to the starfield of Mars. They should be there pretty soon, if not already. They're just going through the... this is the Pax Romana fleet, 2.2 milli. Should be going through the gateways at Rubicon, I think. There's actually a gateway up here at Cosmalion. So that's fine. They'll go back through there. I think Opsius is probably up here then now. Yeah. So we can apply his upgrade. We're almost at 200,000 alloys, actually, but we'll apply his upgrade. 308 ships will be upgraded. Takes about 5 or 6 days each, is it? 5? Some of them take 2, some of them take 1. Oh, man, the game has slowed down to a goddamn crawl. March 1st.
New technology discovered.
Alright, resource... I mean, we seem to just keep getting... I don't know how many repetitions of this technology we can get, but this is good. We're building all the way up to 550,000 now. Gateway constructed in the Prithee system, okay? Right, 8,500 energy. I think that's going to create the hyperlane for us. I think we're done now, right? Yep. Just for fun to connect our 2 territories here, I think it's kind of nice to be able to do that. And we're at 167 influence right now. So we had talked about the possibility of going to war with the Traxian. A lot of people in the comments, a lot of senators are saying that they need to pay for their war crimes in joining the Carillion regulators and the Corinth restorers, I think.
Fleets enhanced.
As opposed to backing us. Which I kind of I'm in favor of. I like for the roleplay of it just denouncing them as well. Not that we need to, but I like the idea that the galactic community themselves will denounce these damn Traxians. Maybe after this war. Where is that? So denouncement, Traxian Empire here. It's 100 influence. It's just a bit of a waste when we need this influence right now. I think we're going to need it for the Kugelblitz containments, and then we'll also need it for claims. How much would claims be out here, I wonder? So 41 per system, it seems, on those ones. And then that would be it. So that would be 205 if we were to claim that. Let's just pause time right now. Yeah, I'm not even allowed, like, say I want to claim that. You have to still click make claims, but... Yep, so I'd want all of this territory, basically. Just clean up those borders, join us to our area there. That's going to be a bit of influence needed to go just yet. So fleet upgrade it is. So we can now build it up to full strength again. Six out of 20 dreadnoughts. 105,000 alloys. People were saying as well, I say people, it's just one person was saying that, you know, our fleets are our bigger fleet ships are taking lots of damage. I think that's also because we've been typically fighting. This was against in the War in Heaven. Like, we've been fighting those planet craft. They have weapons that pretty much one-shot us. So they don't get fired on a Corvette. They typically aim at the biggest ships. Or prioritize the biggest ships, it seems. So your Titans, my Titans have been going down though. I'm not too sure. I have to look into that actually. But the Dreadnoughts, yeah, they took a lot of hits. I think it's just from all the enormous amounts of firepower being thrown at them, to be honest. Rather than, I don't think anything was really hitting the Corvettes much. Also, I guess they have higher evasion. But yeah, I don't think it's because I've been building them wrong or they're weak or anything. I don't think so. Don't know if I'm going to upgrade them just yet. That's the Augustus class Dreadnought. So we could change this to the Wave Force armor. It's a bit better than what they have. These were just all dark matter launched out of their minds. That's an average damage of 63. Yeah, we definitely have better stuff than that at this rate. Chrono Vortex cannons. Seem pretty good. Let's add a few of them on. Just split. Oh, I actually do have a few of them. Sky Piercer Artillery, we have that as well. Enigmatic Energy Discharger. That actually seems pretty powerful. Yeah, let's go with that.
Technology discovered.
Actually list that there. So we have the Chrono Vortex cannons there, the Sky Piercer Artillery, Micro Singularity cannons. They kind of complement each other as well, which is good. Incinerator missiles. Let's try that. We'll save that as a combination. So that's Enigmatic Energy Discharges. Really high damage to shields. Sorry, well, their focus of damage is to 100% shield damage, 50% armor penetration, negative 50% armor damage. So that's, I don't really know what that means. That they can penetrate armor, but they don't damage it. So it's, they ignore 50% of armor, I guess? Something like that. But they don't really damage armor itself. These aren't good against shields, so that's kind of the opposite of this one, whereas this does 100% armor damage. So these two work in tandem together. Yeah, same kind of thing. So that's good, I think. And what about the main weapon? Let's see. So we have Crystal Lance Cannons and Dimensional Wave Cannons. So we can do the Enigmatic Energy Lance, 225 average damage. It is stronger than what we have. The Crystal Lance Cannon seems really powerful, but it's also weak against armor, so we should probably get something that's good against armor. This kind of complements it pretty well. The Strange Matter Warhead, 150% armor damage. The Nanite Warhead thing is insanely powerful as well. It's kind of between those two. We'll go with the Strange Matter because I have nanites on other ships. Alright, let's see how that changes things.
New technology discovered.
I guess we will just upgrade the ships now because, yeah, we might as well do it. Alright, let's upgrade them. Upgrade those ones. Upgrade those ones. And then after the upgrades are done, then we will build some new ones. Spend all our alloys. Federation fleet's here. These guys actually don't need to be upgraded. The Voss City States have claimed against us. That's absolutely embarrassing for them. Alright, good. Hope people didn't mind my side rant into broken dreams of game design. Alright, so we've done just over 1 year, I think. Yeah, 1 year and 5 months, something like that. So we'll just keep letting time play. Let's see. The Hyperforges are done. Are both Hyperforges done? I can't remember. I'm guessing so. Yeah, they are. Okay. Trying to remember what other megastructures. We have the Birch World and then the... what's it called? The Nickel Dyson Beam. I think that might be it that we've got building at the moment. I don't think we've got anything else going on.
Upgrades applied.
Because the Penrose Sphere is done. Alright, the fleet upgrades are done. So let's head back over there. Alright, so we have 240,000 alloys. We're making 10,000 per month. Which is really crazy. We are lacking minerals, so we'll have to build something to bring our minerals up to scratch. Can't move the camera right now, I don't know. 2nd of September.
Technology discovered.
Alright, technology. Let's see. So we have got 6 dreadnoughts here. This is classes 3. So in classes 3, it's looking to get 20. And we can even get more. If we really want to just dreadnought the crap out of it. 25 dreadnoughts. 230... Oh, sorry, 23,000. Is that all? No, that can't be right. Oh, we're lacking something, so it'll never go higher than that. We must be lacking enigmatic energy, probably. Something like that. Or what about the transdimensional vortex? No, we've loads of that. This seems to be our lowest thing. Well, in that case, we'll just wait for a while. Megastructure build speed has been increased. Strike craft attack speed, kinetic damage, minerals from jobs. Guess I should also go with what's cheap, seeing as that'll just speed things up now. Alrighty. Damn, I was gonna look at something. Oh yeah, the L cluster. So in the L cluster is where I'm building a lot of the enigmatic energy stuff. There it is there. Are these being worked on? They are. Enigma readers. So the enigmatic energy coil consumes dark matter. Upkeep 1, but creates 2 enigmatic readers. And those 2 enigmatic readers produce 2.5, or say the 4 of them. Is it each one or not? Let's see. Oh yeah, so each one produces 2.5 enigmatic energy at the expense of 2 energy, 1 food, and 2.5 consumer goods. The food just being what the pop needs. So this needs to change. One of the big pains is when you make a new colony, it's not defaulting to just making Romans. It makes like some other species, so I have to open them up all the time and like go through them. So for instance, some of the Penrose Sphere are new colonies that just got set up. They're not going to be making Romans, but it's fine for now. What else have we got here? This is where we make the trans-dimensional stuff. Got some unemployment there, but we need more slots really. So how much dark matter are we making? 6. So you can only build 1 dark matter drawing facility per planet, I think. So you might as well just pop 1 there. And then this will consume 1. I think this makes 3. So we make 3 dark matter and then we consume 1. That's not too bad, so it's fine. So we need as many dark matter drawing facilities as we can. Yeah, we already have that going on there, so cool. 272 Thaui. And you can't buy enigmatic energy. Some things you just can't trade on the market.
Discovered.
It's too volatile, I guess. Alright, so food from jobs, 5%. Leader lifespan, let's go with that. So 175,000 tech score costs, or it only takes us 7 months. Just go with what's cheap for now. Resource storage capacity. So our storage capacity is now up to nearly 600,000. We've improved it by 100,000 just from 5 technologies, I guess. 4 or 5 technologies. That's almost done. We'd be interested to see what that's going to be. A couple new ambitions finished. So it was the Scientific Revolution and Omnifarious Acquisition. That gives us research alternatives and research speed. Let's get that back. And monthly minerals 33%. Oh wow. Let's check our new hyperlane. It's finished. Yeah, there it is. And the construction ship that built it can be the first one to use it. To the font of knowledge. I love the long hyperlanes. It's just fun to see the ships traveling along it. Be a lot more fun if it wasn't at like 2 FPS. Oh god. I don't know how we're gonna survive. This series is gonna survive to the end. Because it's so
New
laggy.
technology discovered.
God damn. Alright, monthly minerals has been increased. All good. Let's just get the smaller repeatable text now, or rare text that we can find. I don't know if I should try to save all alloys to get to that one. Well, I say 1 million. Like I said, I still don't know what it is. To 1 million. We're at 282,000. Making 10,000 per month. That's a lot of months to get another, you know, 600,000 basically. 700. But if we waited and then we built, then we can just start building ships after the fact. If I build the ships, it'd take even longer. Seems like better time management to do the Birch World first. We're at the year 2448. It's the 1st of January. It's the new year. Hopefully we survive it. Man, I'd be in favor at this point of just saying, you know what, let's just kill 25% of all pops in the galaxy. Just to speed the game up.
Discovered.
It would be amazing if we relocated them all to one world like we were talking about the Birch World. The game would probably run a lot better that way, because it's just so many planets where they're all being updated now. It's just everything slows down. Although it still would run through their jobs a bit, but they'd be all categorized into one big category at least. Alright. I'll attempt to increase the speed. We're nearly at 300 influence now. I say we do the claims.
New technology discovered.
Naval capacity has been increased. Let's go with the next cheapest one. Food. Transgenic crops 3. We're building our megastructures at 250% speed right now, which is pretty good. And it'll be the 10th megastructure build speed tech we can get. Should we do this? I think so. Opsius could just come in and do it himself, really. So that'd be 4 claim sets, 205, 246. God, it's so expensive. I guess because that one's further in as well. Because we're claiming 2 systems in from our own border. Yeah, there's not much we can do about that, really. Alright, so we're going to have to get to there, and there. That's like another, I don't know, 300 influence, I think, just to claim all that. Just have to wait to build it up. We could fight to get them into our hegemony and then just integrate them. That might be a better idea. Our allies have 1 claims that we're trying to conquer from the enemy and their allies. We don't have any subjugation CB. You have to demand it first. Don't you? I don't think we can. I can support their independence. Oh, right. We can't demand it because they're part of a federation. And they are a protectorate under the Valon cluster. Oh yeah, I forgot that. So we'd be going to war with all of these. I totally forgot that. Okay, well, wait. I guess we can't get them then, so we'll have to wait for a while. Until we get our influence up, and then we could just attack them. That would have been a good way to do it, though. Just bring them into the Federation, and that way just then absorb them. But it would have hurt our Federation thinking about it, and we are slowly building this up. We're at 3,500 XP, so we're just over a third of the way there. Yeah, just slightly over. Gaining at 10 per month. We need 6,000. Oh, God.
New technology discovered.
Alright, resources are improved. Let's keep doing that. For now we can actually chill it out for a bit. Let's get the smaller ones. 1 month remaining. Let's keep improving those species. I know I keep forgetting to do it. It's just kind of one of those arduous things. Let's just apply the template here.
Situation log updated.
And then as soon as that one's done, just add another one. We'll just try to do as many of those as possible. It should help a little bit. Every little helps. How many of these can we bang out now? 46,000 alloys worth. And what does it tell me the cost that's needed? No, it just says what we can reinforce with. I wonder, like, what's the actual cost, though? Oh, there it is. We can currently afford to reinforce 27 ships. 3 fleets need to be reinforced. 630 enigmatic
Species enhanced.
crystals, or whatever they're called. Enigmatic energy. The Birch World equatorial frame is complete. The first step in our Birch World is done. We've constructed it was the second step, really, I like to think, but I constructed a massive ring which wraps around the black hole and will serve as a base to construct the rest of the structure's massive frame. Man, that would have to be like, oh man, the thought of doing that is crazy. Alright, what we need, oh, it's not nearly as bad as I thought. 382,000. Oh, that's not too bad at all. Down from 450,000. Oh, sweet. Maybe it's the one after that then, that's crazy. So we can save for that. We're only 60,000 away. That's only 6 months away. Brilliant. Alright, yeah, we'll wait. Oh man, I look forward to the Birch World. I think it's going to be so cool. And what are we making enigmatic energy-wise now? 21. Alright, it's actually going up at a pretty decent amount. While I'm waiting, let's get out to Gargantua. If I could just pause time, please. Thank you. Get out to Gargantua, and just really quickly have to go to population. So that's humans. That's humans. 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 This one's not. Alright, just might want to make them all human just so that, I don't know. That's just the way I like it. What's our demographics at, actually? It's been a while since I checked. That's pretty good. So we're at 53% overall, although it doesn't look like that in this graph. I don't know if that's just broken now. 53% it says. See, some of these other pops are still growing every now and then. If they're in the middle of growing and we do the upgrade, we still get them of the wrong type. Let's do this one though. Let's apply this template. Vivasandia. Vivasandia. I've never even heard of them.
Situation log updated.
Let's get them molded into one. Who else would be good? The Thogan might be good. They're broken into 4 different categories. And then the Vemetosha. Yeah, there's so many different types. This is a really... Oh, the Valon, man. They are weird. Habitats, void dwellers, multi-hive-minded psionic, self-replicating. They have explosive cysts. They're sympathetic, slimy, and they're inside out. That's a lot of traits. It would be cool if you could somehow pass a law, like a real xenophobic law, where it's like, we're just going to expel all non-human pops away. Also, interesting, the new bow, they haven't really grown that much. I guess they've stopped growing now overall. There's only 55 of them. I'm surprised about that. You think they'd be up in the hundreds by now. All the planets that we created 4, right? 4 pops, I think, every time we made a Gaia world with the relic that we had. God, that's a throwback now. We haven't done that in a long time. There's still some planets we could turn into Gaia worlds if we wanted to. Although our own terraforming process is pretty quick now, so I guess it's not really that worth it in the end. Alright, we're almost at the minerals, or the alloys we need. Only 30,000 away. 3 months away.
Technology discovered.
Anything cheap? Okay. Somehow we brought our minerals into the positive. I don't really know how that happened, but okay, I'll take it. Oh man, let's check out Opsius's fleet. It's been a while. Let's do a little drill. 849,000. I feel like we added up in the million before. Oh, that's because we had the missile ships. We've actually removed those from the Velites, I believe. I'll have to double check that.
New technology discovered.
Oh no, we have them back again. The corrosive warhead torpedoes. And that's one of the most strongest ones we have, I think. Yeah. Yeah, there must be something I did that's obviously made them a bit weaker. If time has gone on this much and they're only weaker than they were before. Oh, we did add flak to the Hastati Psi class. I guess that's probably it. Let's try that enigmatic energy now as well. Although that would be quite an expensive thing to upgrade, I guess. Alright, we'll give them an upgrade a little later. Oh, it's only 3... I feel like it's so much cheaper to upgrade to a weapon rather than just build it from scratch. It's only 3.37 enigmatic energy for that upgrade. Okay. Let's see if we get stronger. 849,000. Just call it 850. As we've grown our roots on habitable section, certain individuals have begun to stray from our beaten path. This is to be expected, but these have supporters. The group feels our spiritualistic view of the universe is not leading us forward fast enough, assured that a more materialistic view of the cosmos is the answer. Help them recover. 50 influence. Gain 105,000 unity. Yeah, sure. So we can leave them be. So this is on one of the sections of the ring world of Hellas, the outer ring world. All materialist pops on the habitable section gain the opinions respected modifier, keeping them happy. Bribe their leaders. Yeah, sure, let's do that. Well, it's already gotten stronger, that fleet, so I'm happy to see. Alright, 374,000. Now we also need motes and stuff. So we're gonna need 5,000 motes. No, 4,250 motes and 4,250 gas. That's a lot. We don't have that really. Yeah, that's a lot. That would take us a very long time to build that up to. Now we could spend an enormous amount of energy to get there. Jesus Christ, game. Come on. Please.
New technology discovered.
Motes are way cheaper, so 3.4 thousand. So we're still about 600 short. Maybe if I just help it along with another 500 here. And another 500 here. That was about 100,000 energy we just spent. I'm sure I could ask other nations as well. It's so much effort. I say effort, like it's just effort in terms of it's laggy, you know? It's holding me back for certain things. I guess I could just pause it and do it.
New technology discovered.
So what are we lacking now? So we need 245 motes and 80 gases. So we could wait just a little bit. That's only a couple months. I'll sort out all that stuff in between episodes as per usual. Yeah, I think we've completed the tech tree at this point. It's just all repeatable tech. I don't know eventually if it just ends. I'm guessing it probably does. I wonder then, what should we do? Take all our scientists away? It's like, there's no need for scientists anymore. We've literally learned everything.
New technology discovered.
I mean, I guess so. At a certain point in time, there actually is a finite amount of stuff to learn, I suppose. If you eventually gain complete understanding of how everything works. It's kind of interesting to think about. I never thought about that before. Okay, so we're just waiting on motes now just to get this thing up to its next level. It's now the year 2449-0101. Interesting. Interesting indeed. Almost at a nice little milestone year. 2450.
New technology discovered.
Alright, strikecraft damage. Improve that. It's 55,000 for defense, hull platform points. Let's go with that. Naval capacity. Let's go. Energy weapons, shield hit points, resource storage. Let's do that. Okay. Lacking 181 motes. Alright, let's just buy our way to get the rest of that. And there we go. 2,000 days. Monthly upkeep is 250 alloys. Oh, shit. Oh, yeah. Looking cool. Alright, nice. How's that Dyson beam looking as well? Long way to go. In fact, the next stage of the Birch World is going to be done before this. That's how long this one's taking. Alright, so we only have 30,000 alloys now. But we're going to use every bit of alloys now to improve our fleets. And get those dreadnoughts up and running. So what are we at for... We're at 440 for enigmatic energy. Okay. Alright, it's kind of a waiting game now. You know, see what happens in the next year. Build ourselves up. How's that vote going on the Senate floor? Pretty good. 300, just under a year left to go. And we get the final stages of our research. Not that we need it, but it's good to hit the end anyway. Apologies that, you know, it's a bit framey and sometimes I just go without saying anything, but it's just like, well, I'm just kind of waiting now for time to pass by. I don't know if there's anything I should be building or should be doing necessarily. We definitely need more motes and gases, and I want to start planning out another megastructure that can probably make something like that. The gases we can get on those gas giants. Also, people were saying, I don't know, actually, maybe that would be a good vote. In fact, yeah, I'm going to write this one down so I don't forget to make it live. But I've got a vote for you guys. Do you think we should try to make as many worlds as possible habitable within the Sol system? I kind of felt like the Sol system was a little sacred, to be honest. But we could do things like strip Saturn of its gas and its rings and change it to a habitable world and live on it over time, or, you know, whatever. Do different things. Like to Jupiter, for instance, we could... Well, it depends. Really, we could make it a habitable living space, or we could just strip it. Now, I can't really remember what that did. It produced... I can't remember where we've done that. God, there's so many of these all over the place. I think it was out here. Dynamic core igniter. Now, that's for a barren world. See, unfortunately, the AI kind of built these ones, and I can't quite remember. We built megastructures for sure that were strip mining gas giants and giving us gases. Wish I could remember where it was happening. Yeah, megastructures are providing us with 20 exotic gases. So I can see the megastructure icon on the galactic stage here. Maybe it was at Inthor. Nope, that's the Science Nexus. What about Osidon? It's another dynamic core igniter. This makes these habitable. It's a pretty interesting system, actually, just out of how it looks. Yeah, I might have to look at that in between episodes, but that is a question that I have for you. I always thought, you know, Sol is a little sacred, that you wouldn't want to mess with Sol's original planets. We did terraform Mars. But does that mean we should terraform everything and change everything to be either habitable or... I think we do it to be habitable, not mine it. I think that would be fair to say. So the question will be, should we try to live on every planetary body in the Sol system, you know? Or do we consider these planets sacred and how they look? And we shouldn't be changing them. So that's going to be the vote for that one. So I'm just going to write that. Well, just remember. Vote Sol system. I'll remember what that is then. Anyway, that's a question for this one. But certainly we're going to look for other gas giants to do that too. We need another star lifter probably for minerals, and then we probably want one for gases and things like that. At Tyrrhenia, we had one that makes us motes. Oh, this makes us the gases. Oh, right. Oh, there it is there. Okay, right. I don't know how I didn't remember that. This gives us motes as well. Oh, I didn't know that. I must have forgotten.
New technology.
So this is a regular gas giant that we're just like destroying right now. A massive ball of metallic hydrogen. Its upper atmosphere has been artificially stripped away, exposing the planet's exotic hydrogen mantle. That's cool. That's really cool. The SUCC site, and that does run out apparently eventually. Don't know if we get a timer on that or not, but there you go. So we'll have to build another one of those. I like the fact that we're doing it in the Tyrene's territory. Theirs aren't sacred, you know. All right, well, let's open up a construction ship and see if we can come out to this planet for instance. Build a megastructure. Another SUC site would be nice. Let's pause that for now. $128 influence. Yeah, it doesn't take that long. Get that going. We'll do this in a couple places, I think. If we can. This looks like a prime candidate as well. Maybe one more? Be a little crazy. Alright, cool. That's 3. So that should be a lot of those resources that we'll never have to really worry about again for a long time once they get all up and running. It does take a little while. It doesn't take that long, comparatively. Our admin cap is totally fine as well. Alright, good. We are nearly halfway through the year. Sorry, this one's been a long one just because I had time pause there for a while. Let's see if we can make it to the year 2450, and then we'll let time pause, or we'll end the episode there. Something's been done at Hellas. God, I can barely move. Alright. And now we can upgrade our ship, actually. So the one with 6 dreadnoughts. So Opsius went from 849k to 858k. So not that much of a difference. You know, 9,000 fleet power improvement there. Not crazy. Need to improve our Juggernaut as well, actually, thinking about it. I haven't done that in a while. So, 69,000 alloys. Let's get cracking. Class is 3. Alright, good. So that spent quite a lot of our influence and all of our alloys again. And then we'll prepare for the mass exodus from Terra, Mars, all the planets to the Birch world. Probably just leave all the other species behind. It'll be a mass human exodus. And we could give them improved living standards so that they can all work their other jobs. Maybe that would be the ideal way to do things. Why are we growing this on Terra? Half Thogan Claris? Ugh. Apply this template.
Situation log updated. Gene modification complete.
Wow, that happened, I guess, barely at the start of the month, but I guess technically it did. Let's do the Thogans next.
Situation log updated.
Alright, cool. Alright, it's August 2449. Good. Remnants of Ilaria have been building up quite nice. You haven't actually looked around in a while. That's the Decorite fragments. So there's the remnants of Ilaria. Wish we could just pull that all into one fleet so we could just see their overall power, but for some reason they've just got them in a bunch of different separate ships. I wonder, is there what's it called, fleet cohesion limit or whatever it's called, when you have like the individual fleets? I can't remember what that's called actually right now. Sorry.
Machine modification complete.
Command limit, that's it, command limit. I wonder, is their command limit small? Is there any reason that they've got their ships separated like that? They're upgrading them as well. Tier 3 weaponry, it's embarrassing. Imagine if the AI was actually good. That'd be incredible. Imagine if this game, but good AI and good performance. That'd be something. We have our 2 Behemoth Planetcraft as well. Oh, it's interesting. From out here, we can see... Oh, no, we can't. I thought we could see the Planetcraft. We have Diana's Wrath with its 2 million firepower. Pax Romana 2 million. Opsius' Swarm with just under 1. 1.3 million in Classes 1. And Classes 3 is going to be building up to hopefully about 2 as well, I think. The Great Vatney. Great Vatney? Isn't that the name of the capital, the Pod Privateers? They're renaming their species Pobelinians variantus. Yet another sign of their commitment to abandon their origins and embrace cold soullessness of technology. Interesting. It would be cool to have proper vassal mechanics. See, I always thought the Federation's DLC for this was strange because the game can barely handle having more than, like, I don't know, 10 or 15 empires in the game at once, really. So I was like, oh, Federations doesn't really make any sense. Whereas in a game like Crusader Kings, you've got, like, you know, so many individual nations. So complex networks of vassals and things like that wouldn't make a lot of sense. I'd love a Stellaris too, where there's, like, loads of planetary city-states, you know, city-states with planet-states. Like, loads of them. All with, like, unique species and stuff like that. It'd be so cool. And you could have real big coalitions and defensive pacts of small leagues of planets that build up to form their own empires. And that way then, within those empires, you could give a policy that says, look, we'll never embrace cybernetics on the Federation level, sort of, you know, the Alliance level, and then no one in there could do that within a Federation. I think the Galactic community is cool, but almost a Galactic community, but just for a Federation. So then, let's say they just embraced cybernetics, they'd be in breach of law within our own Alliance, so we could kick them out, or we could do something else with them. We give them more or less resources, things like that. I love that kind of thing. Because for me, this game has a job system now, and I just don't think this game needed a job system. I think it's weird on a galactic scale to have quote-unquote jobs and promotions and demotions. Like, I just don't think that really made that much sense. I'm fine with it, but I don't really think I would want that in Stellaris 2 if they ever made one. It's like, yeah, that's fine. There's other ways to represent how people work and things without... Like, this system makes your game chug just because it's going through each individual pop, all its traits and things like that. There's other ways of doing that are not nearly as intensive. And having this promotion demotion system. Anyways, I digress again. We've just hit the new year, by the way. That was the new year tick over there. So we're on the year 2450 now. Interesting. Nothing's happened. But we'll wait for a little while, see what's going on. I'll wait till they're finished building this next wave. 53 days. And we've built a bunch of new transports that are coming out of Sparta right now to replace the ones that we lost. You can see them just mobilizing constantly. Lucius Obsidius can take care of them. Alright, what do we got done? We've got 2 upgrades. Governors, I've upgraded to level 8.
New technology discovered.
Hyperdimensional storage capacity, alright. Let's do leader lifespan again. Let's check how old is Opsius. He's one of our oldest living people. 194 years old. And then we have, obviously, on our government, 163 years old, Tiberius the 15th. Resolution's been passed. Nice. Don't know if I'm going to vote for anything next. I could force something in if I wanted to. We'll just wait, just in case we might need it. Alright. Extra-dimensional experimentation. The secrets of this universe are not all that is out there. The galactic community has authorized the use of reality-altering substances to enhance our research, allowing our scientists in advanced research complexes to probe other realities for truth. So that's because we just got that law passed. So let's go to, god damn it. Let's go to Athens. It's a bit of a science hub, this place is. Which doesn't actually have any advanced complexes on it. Do we have that built anywhere? I don't think we do, because I've just been building the districts. It's a segment. Well, we do on Terra. Extra-dimensional. I don't want to do that on this planet. Seems a bit dangerous. I'm trying to remember. Tiberium, that was it. Tiberium was the other world we had that was focused on technology. Yeah. Alright, so here we will extra-dimensional experimentation. We will probe other dimensions for 500 Zero. How much do we have? 12,000, so it's plenty. And we'll get dimensional portal researcher and +1 Zero upkeep. What could possibly go wrong? We must know what's out there. Dimensional portal researchers. Let's give them the jobs, the priority. Let's see what they do. They make us physics and Unity. Alright, good. Alright, well, no issues so far. So we'll just keep trucking along, I guess, while our ships are about to come out, or if they haven't already. Yeah, they have 1.3 milli. Let's build a little bit more. We're just short on enigmatic energy now.
New technology discovered.
Strike craft damage. And we still have the... You know what? I've actually haven't upgraded in a really long time. Is defense stations. But I was going to say at Opsius. This says 8,800, but it should be way higher than that. This is the kind of thing where we can get these big defense platforms. The Plumbata is what we have at the moment. But they're really small ones. We can build like ion cannons now. The Pelin. Atomic phase disintegrators. Don't know if we ever get anything better than that for these kind of things. Yeah, that seems way more powerful than anything else. So that's fine. Doesn't have enough power. Are you kidding me? Power is 130, okay. That's more than enough. So that's the Pelum. Yeah, so let's add one or two of these. 1,000. That can't be right. It only costs 1,000 alloys. It should have all weird resources and things. Ion cannon Pelum. There it is, I mean. Oh no, I guess not. Yeah, I guess not. Sorry, yeah, never mind. Could build a fortress. Actually not even entirely sure what that is. And then there's the headquarters. Don't know what that is either. Can that be built out here? No, apparently not. Alright, anyways. A fortress can. But we'll just get some ion cannons, the Pelum class. I don't know how much this takes up in terms of defense platforms. Just build 4? Not enough room. Okay, well there you go. 1,000 days just for one of those.
New technology discovered.
That'll buff the strength of this thing like crazy. Man, all is quiet now. All is quiet now. How's that birch world coming along? Alright, well, we might just have to leave it there, otherwise the episode will just drag. But, yeah, we are, you know, May 1st, basically, for the year 2450. May Day. And I think we'll leave it there. So, 50 years to go till endgame. You know, obviously, everyone knows, right? So, there's obviously going to be some sort of endgame crisis. I don't know what it's going to be. It says that it can happen after the year, from the year 2450 onwards. Often it typically happens within 5 years, I think. So we'll see. It's based on different conditions. I don't know which one I'm going to get. I don't want to know. And honestly, I've only ever seen one. I've played, like, I have like over 1,000 hours in this game, but often a lot of it was in multiplayer. And then as well, when I have beaten campaigns, I've gotten the same endgame like 3 or 4 times. I got the, well, I won't spoil it. Actually, I've had 2. I think there's 4 in total. And then there's also the shroud thing. All right, so that's going to be it. We'll have to see what we come across and what we come up against. In between episodes, I'm going to go clean up some planets and things like that. We got some unemployment to deal with. If you ever wanted to see this, I do hide it so I don't get people complaining. But there is a lot of unemployment now in a lot of these places. A lot of open jobs in Ringworlds. Oh yes, that's something else I should have done on this episode. It's too late now, but start building into these a bit better. We're really lacking for gases, I think, which is quite considerable. 64 unemployment. Oh yeah. I remember this. So what I did here was I decommissioned a lot of the residential arcologies and built foundries instead. So all of the slave pops that were working as clerks are being tossed out. They're going to be moved to Tulianum. It's all part of the plan. Don't worry about it. All part of the plan. 15 not doing anything here. 3. Most of them should only have like less than 5, I think. Yeah, that's fine. So it's not as badly managed as you might think. But yeah, Tulianum is our prison world, so we just need to move people back here as a holding bay for a while. Alright, I think that's pretty much it. I think we'll leave it there. So thank you guys very much for watching. Apologies for those who do watch daily that I missed my upload day. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Remember to vote. I have that vote for what we do with the Sol system in terms of the other planetary bodies in there. So remember to check it out. It is all on my Twitter, ROP Tweets. So make sure you go check that out. Alright, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.